He's putting the kids to bed.
Okay, well, if he wants to jump in at any time, you can leave yourself off mute because unless it gets noisy in your background. But if you guys want to okay, go ahead. So that's up to you. All right, Jeff, you can take it away.
All right, and so I just asked these folks if they had any dancing background. I'm curious if you folks do. No.
No background. I tried lessons before.
Okay. And do you feel like, not so?
Still true lefty.
Fair enough. And then, have you had any background?
She works at a gym though. Ann works at a gym.
That doesn't mean that I'm.
She's athletic coordinated.
So she's got the
And
freestyle down.
she knows some of my students' dances.
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay, great. All right, so we'll get started with this. What I'm going to do tonight is work on Foxtrot. Have you heard of these dances? Have you watched Dancing with the Stars or Dirty Dancing or any of that kind of stuff? Foxtrot.
You might have to speak a little louder.
Foxtrot, waltz,
Okay.
swing, thank you. I was running out of breath because of this mask. So we're going to work on Foxtrot to begin with tonight. And it's one of my favorites. I really enjoy Foxtrot. It's jazzy, it's smooth, and it travels around. It is, it's a lot of fun. And the reason why I'm choosing it is because I want to get you traveling around right away. So we'll get into that in just a couple of minutes. But before we do, I want to work on some foundational things, help you out, better understand stuff. To begin with, I said Foxtrot. I also mentioned a few other things. To not over talk too much, but just briefly explain, dances in ballroom fall under two categories. There's smooth dancing, and then there's rhythm dancing. Your smooth is going to be your foxtrot, your tango, your waltz, and such, two-step, things that travel around, more traditional styles. All your rhythm is going to be your Latin, your fun little sexy dances, your swing dance, stuff like that. So just a little bit of background. There is a secret that I love to share with ballroom, and it is a great secret. Do you want to say something?
Yeah, I can tell you.
Okay.
Ballroom dancing is just walking.
Ballroom dancing
Surprise!
is fancy.
So
walking.
who can walk?
Can you walk back there?
Walk.
Okay, good.
Can
So
all
we're
walk?
okay. You guys can walk, right? Okay. So I literally do start with walking as a way to bring us to elements, building blocks, and going into the foxtrot or other dances. Because if you just understand that it really is just walking, then we're going to be really good for that. So there's a couple of things we're going to talk about while we're walking, but I would just want to ask, what directions do you think you can walk in? Now that's your question. Four directions, right? Forwards, backwards, side to side. Okay, great. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk in those different directions. If you wouldn't mind just finding a spot, just take a few steps back, because we're going to walk obviously forward first towards the mirror. And folks at home, just make sure you have a little space to walk. It's okay if you lose that. We're literally walking just for the sake of getting our bodies moving, and we want to make sure that we understand a couple of concepts while we're walking. So is everyone ready to, I'm so sorry. Hi, I am Jeff. Nice to meet you. And your name is?
Lola.
Lola, you said that. I'm sorry.
And I'm Allie.
How are you?
Nice, good.
Good. I'm sorry to be a little bit late.
No
That's
worries.
okay.
I'm glad you made it here safely. That's all that matters. All right.
Nasty outside.
It's so gross.
Yes,
Okay,
I know my
yeah,
wife
don't
has
worry
texted
about
me.
my driver.
Hurry the lesson, come home. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk. I don't really care what foot you start with right now. I just want us walking around. We're first gonna walk to the mirror, then we're gonna walk back, and we're gonna keep walking forwards and backwards. And while we're doing it, I'll start talking and pointing out a couple of things. Make sense? Ready? And
Walking.
walk, 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 walk. And while you're walking forward, pay attention to your feet. Don't crash into the mirror. Stop and go ahead and start walking backwards. Just pick a foot and just walk backwards. And make sure you go slowly enough that you don't trip or fall. We're not trying to do anything crazy here. We're just being comfortable going backwards. This is going to help the ladies too for Foxtrot. When you're walking backwards, pay attention to what happens to your feet. Ready? And don't crash. Pause right there. We're going to go towards the mirror. Ready? And walk. And when you're walking forward, and I say pay attention to your feet, what is the first part of your foot that touches the floor? Heel. And you naturally roll to your toes. And then when you stop for a second, we're going to walk backwards. When you walk back, go ahead, ready, and walk, walk. What touches the ground first when you walk backwards? Toe, and you roll naturally through to your heel. This is going to be a concept that we'll talk about later, but I want to just let everyone know that fantastic. I love it.
I like Lola.
That's good. It's convenient. You don't have to compact everything. When you're walking in forwards and backwards, I just want to point out that ballroom is going to be as natural as that. And if it's not, then I'm going to tell you about it. It's very rare that you're going to have to do something funky where you're not rolling through your feet as naturally as this. You'll see some things in Latin, which we'll talk about eventually, where you do need to change how you walk. But I want you to just think right now is as natural as walking. There's one more thing we got to talk about when we're walking. You guys still back there with me? There's one more thing you want to talk about when we're walking. Let's all take one more chance walking towards the mirror. Ready? And walk. When you walk and you put your weight over one foot, what do you need to do to continue walking? Swing your other leg through, right? So we're alternating feet, don't crash. Ready to walk backwards? We are alternating feet. This is perhaps the most important concept. When you take a step in ballroom, you want to make sure you firmly plant that foot and free up the other one. We're always going to be alternating feet. If you can remember that, go ahead and pause there. If you can remember that, then you'll be setting yourself up for a good experience with moments where you're doing a box step and you suddenly lost which foot is free. I don't remember, and instead of being what I call toe twisted, you will remember that you're just alternating feet. So this is the last foot, therefore I'm taking my next step to be free foot. These are the simple concepts I'm just trying to work through. The next one, of course, we walk forwards and backwards, and I just want to get you comfortable walking sideways. So we're going to take side steps. Let's have everyone maybe find a slightly different spot in the room so we don't get too close, but we're going to walk, and we'll just start going towards the right. Side steps are just going to be taking a step to the side and bring your other foot together, side and together. Go ahead and catch up with me. Side, together, side, together, side, together. Sometimes I'll say step side and close, side and close. But the same concept applies of walking. You take a step, your weight's over it, you have your foot free. When you bring it close, you have to switch the weight to free up the other foot. And if we all go in this direction, same concept. Side, switch the weight, close, switch the weight, side. So we're constantly switching the weight. Does this all make sense to everyone? Okay. So with just walking forwards, backwards, side to side, you already have all the information. You can stop right there. You already have all the information you're going to need to do the Foxtrot tonight. How does that make you feel? Pretty confident?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hope so. Okay, good. All right. So what I'm going to do now is take these elements and I'm going to combine them to make a pattern for our basic step in Foxtrot. And what I think I want to do is have the ladies line up, the ladies in the room, I'm going to have the ladies line up an imaginary line right here.
We can do the ladies virtually line up with me too.
And if you have a partner, gentlemen, stand in front of your partner with just a little bit of distance so we have plenty of room to, you're going to partner up with Ellen?
Well, I'm going to show it with you and then I'll be the man with her.
Okay, great. Okay, so I'm going to stand in the center. Bill, you want to take one quick step back? I'm going to show you in the center the pattern for, just 2 steps back.
There you go.
And then, of course, you guys can see me well enough, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the basic step in Foxtrot, the first pattern using walking steps. I'm going to show the gentleman's part first, then I'll show the ladies their part. The ladies are going to do the natural opposite. So if you're paying attention, you can probably guess what you're going to do. Feel free to walk along if you like, but I'm going to focus specifically on the gentleman. Gentlemen, we are always going to start a new pattern or the dance with our left foot. Always start with your left foot. And this pattern is going to be 2 walking steps and 2 side steps.
So ladies, we're going to just try. You can follow me a little bit, but we're literally going to mirror them and do the opposite. And we always start on our right foot, and the easy way to remember that is because we're always right.
Women are always right.
Yeah.
Which makes it easy for us to go, oh, they're right, so I guess I'm left.
Yeah.
Okay. They like it over there.
So ladies, just go ahead and be ready to pick up your right foot, okay?
Okay, so the pattern's going to look like this. It's going to be a walk, walk, side, close. Remember I said close, now you should have your left foot free, ladies should have your right foot free. Walk, walk, side, close. And notice I'm doing it very linear. It's very linear.
Linear?
Thank you. Very linear. And one more time before crashing into the wall. Walk,
Walk,
walk, side, close. Very good. How do you feel? Okay. All right.
You wanna bring it back
yeah,
this
let's
way
bring
a little
everyone
bit?
back. I have to.
That's okay, I'll pay attention to it. Okay. So we go walk, walk, and side, close. Go ahead.
Okay, so for the ladies part, starting with the right foot, right, you're gonna remember it, and you're walking back, back, side, close, keep it linear again, walk, walk, side, close.
So walk,
Right?
walk, side, close. Yep. Yeah. Hey, Julie.
Okay, great. Okay, so let's have everyone come a little bit closer then, and we'll do a few of these patterns until we drill it. For me, in order for us to feel really comfortable and confident, I love drilling. I love making sure it becomes muscle memory. That's how we don't have to worry about, because the gentlemen are gonna be the leaders. We're gonna talk about leading and following in just a moment. But there's a lot for us to think about. We have to think about making sure we don't crash into the couple behind us. We have to make sure there's a wall coming where we're gonna turn. We gotta make sure that we know what pattern we're gonna be next, something fancy. We wanna turn the ladies and make them look good, right? So there's a lot going on as leaders. So the more that we can make this muscle memory and drill it in, the easier it's gonna be for us guys. So we'll probably do this pattern a whole bunch, so bear with me. If it gets boring, great. It will become really part of you that way, okay? Everyone good for to start off? Excellent. Here we go. Ladies start with the right, gentlemen start with the left. We're just gonna do a bunch of this pattern until we crash into the wall. Ready? And walk, walk, side, close. Walk, walk, side, close. Walk, walk, side, close. Walk, walk. We probably do one more. And walk, walk, side, and crash. Perfect. Very good. Okay, now we're going to do this again and come back so that people in the Zoom can see us. The one, yeah, please do, absolutely.
When you do the close, should the left foot be flat, or should you already be like a little bit up on the balls to be ready for the next step?
Side.
You guys doing good over here? Any questions?
First time
Cool.
you look like
All right,
you're-
let me see you do it. Ready?
balls up over now, but you go-
You want, I'm gonna watch you guys do it. Ready? 6, 7, and go.
For the sake
Back,
of just,
2,
we wanna make sure
side,
you close it.
close, and back,
Yeah, that's
2,
a little bit of
and
getting
side.
ready for it.
All right, good.
Sure.
We're stepping
But
over
if
toys
you
and
are
everything.
closing
Got
your
it,
tools
good.
up, you're also perhaps gonna ruin your weight and not be perfectly balanced. We're gonna do this again, but I'm gonna talk a little bit more about how to make this pattern fit with the music this time. Our music is going to be dancing to our standards. Foxtrot matches very well with Frank Sinatra and some of the big band music, right? It's swing music, slower swing. So it's 4/4 timing for anyone who has a musical background. What that means is that there's just 4 steady, even beats in the music. In order to match our dancing pattern to the music, we're gonna use slows and quicks. So what I'm gonna do now is, instead of saying walk, walk, side together, because I think everyone pretty much has it, I'm gonna say slow, slow, quick, quick. Let me show you real quick, make sure these guys can see it. So the Foxtrot using slows and quicks is gonna be slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick. Notice, when you do it with slows and quicks, you go right into the pattern again, right? There's no delay. I'm gonna show you that one more time before we do it all together. Slow, slow, quick, immediately. Slow, slow, quick, quick. Slow, slow, quick, quick. Does that all make sense? Yeah. Okay. So we'll do it slowly to make sure that we're all on the same page. You're a good distance away from your partner, which is perfect so that if you go, whoops, you're not gonna step any toes. So make sure you get just a tiny bit of distance. You don't want to worry about stepping on toes for this moment. We will get together, I promise, in just another couple of steps. Actually, without the music first. Without the music first, just so we get because the idea of going right into the next one takes a minute sometimes. And then we'll apply it to music. Okay? Here we go, slows and quicks. Ready? Everyone good? And slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, and stop right there. Good job looking behind you.
There, yeah, I'll be back.
So once we get our partners together, they'll be watching for you ladies, so you won't have to worry about looking behind. I'm sorry we had to keep shuffling back. I'm just trying to be careful of the camera here so that everyone can see us. So we'll shuffle back. And we're going to do this again, slows and quicks. When you are traveling, do try to make sure you keep everything nice and linear. You don't want to drift. So in other words, when you're walking straight back, and try to make sure this is really to the side. Some habits that we all have is to let this become a diagonal. And what's going to happen is if one person's going diagonally and the other one isn't, you're going to be shifting off from each other. And that is when we can step on toes and stuff. So really work on this time, focusing, get softer. Make sure you just make that side step truly to the side, and that'll keep us all together. Ready?
Yeah.
And slow, slow, quick, quick, 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 slow, careful, slow, and quick, quick. Very good. Great job, everyone. Very, very good.
I think they might be ready for some music.
Okay.
Alex, ready for some music. The interesting thing is, you're going, when you're forward, walking toe heel, flat foot is what I've noticed.
Stepping to the side, it's really rare, and so
Now, are the ladies doing it toe heel?
as
And
natural
they
as
go
walking
back.
backwards.
Right,
Yep.
going back.
Yeah, in fact, the more natural you can with that rolling through, ladies, if you're able to hear me, the more natural you are with rolling through your foot, walking backwards, the more comfortable you're going to be and the better balance. Let me show you. I'm going to get closer to the camera and make sure you guys can see. When you're walking backwards and you are rolling through, there we go, and you're rolling through your feet, you're going to be better balanced between your legs as I fall
I know,
down.
I
See
thought
that?
you were doing it on purpose. I thought so too.
If you are, instead you're doing this, you're going to have a tendency to leave a foot somewhere, and then you're not going to be balanced through your foot, through your body. What you want to make sure you do is roll, and this is big technique that I don't really get into right at the beginning, but just keep this in mind, we can talk about it more, since you brought the question up. So the better you can roll through your feet walking backwards, the better balance. Same goes for the gentleman too. Make sure you're not leaving the foot behind. You're trying to keep yourself nice and balanced in between your feet.
Well, it looks more professional and more that you are in charge of yourself.
For sure.
Doing each step, in my opinion.
Graceful. Much more graceful, for sure. Yep.
Question for you?
Yeah, please.
The side step is what, roughly shoulder?
Yeah, exactly. Shoulder. Yeah, nothing fancy there. You know, if you get into some of the more competitions and stuff, there is this sort of like a big sway thing that can come out of it. But this is social dancing. This is fun. Exactly. Okay, so we've got the pattern. We've talked the rhythm, the slows and quicks. One more thing I'm going to do before we do music is just make sure you have, for right now, a two-hand hold, so you're getting a little bit closer. I'm going to get you, I'm walking you slowly to getting to full closed position, but I want you to know what it feels like to have someone right in front of you. Gentlemen, it's going to feel weird, and you're going to be like taking little baby steps, because you're not going to want to step on our toes. What we ladies need to do is make sure they're not going to step on our toes because we're getting your feet out of the way. Okay? We'll take this slowly. Having this two-hand hold should give you just enough distance. You shouldn't worry too terribly much about stepping on toes. And you can practice getting your feet a little bit out of the way for the gentleman. The other thing will help is, and we'll talk about this when we get into our final closed position, is making your partnership just a little offset. So, if there's a lot to think about, but if you are in two hands, so hold in two hands for a second, please. Gentlemen, if you can just look over the shoulder, that's going to offset you.
Okay.
You're going to have feet passing between each other, not right on each other. So as long as you can see me over her shoulder, you should be a little offset that way, and feet will be able to do this a little bit better. Does that make sense for you folks? If the gentleman is looking over her shoulder, she's looking, okay, you start looking each other's in the eyes, and you go, oh, I love you. That's great, but you can step on toes. So just make sure that you're a little bit offset, and we'll talk more about this in a second, because in closed position, that counts even more. But if you're in two-hand hold, you should be okay for right now. We're going to do the slows and quicks. Everyone ready?
Should the opposite be if I were just to lean forward, my head would just miss her head?
Yes,
If
exactly.
you decided to headbutt her.
That's right. All right, here we go. Ready? And slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick. One more, slow, slow, quick, quick. Great job. Okay. You guys, now we're two-hand hold. Stay right where you are. Spin around. Can you get a little bit closer into the field so they can see you guys?
Anne's the woman right now. Okay. I'm the man.
I'm gonna, since they're off camera, I'm gonna be with them, and you're gonna watch these guys now.
And the opposite is to my left, is that?
Yep. And this will make a little bit more sense when you hold in closed position. All right, so go ahead and two-hand hold. Let's do this one more time, and then we'll talk closed position. Ready? And slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, and don't crash into the wall. You guys can do one more if you want. Slow, quick, quick, slow, slow. Phenomenal job. Great. For people that said they didn't do so well in previous classes, you're doing great. All right, so the final piece to all this, Allie, can I borrow you?
Yeah.
Is closed position, and then we'll apply it to music.
I'm the woman again.
So I'm sure we've seen Dirty Dancing, or we've seen Dancing with the Stars, or we've seen these various dances on TV. Do your best version of grabbing your partner and holding them in what you think is a proper dance position. What happens for the gentleman is the left hand is holding up in the air.
Perfect, Julie.
There you go.
That's a perfect.
And the gentleman is also then applying a little bit of pressure gently just under the shoulder blade. There should also be a little bit of connection along here on the arm, just a tiny bit. Ladies, you do have to try to hold your arm up a little bit. We are muscular men, but we're not, by the end of the dance, are not going to be able to hold it up the whole time.
He also was not the same kind of muscles that he was with Vernon, or that I had with Vernon Davis on Dancing with the Stars.
We'll tell you what, that's another time. So he, you know, having big muscles is great. You can hold them up, but try to be light on our gentleman if you don't mind.
Is your elbow away from your body or close to your body?
Great question. It's away from my body.
Up here.
Yep. It should feel.
I was helping Phil. So Phil lift the elbow a little bit.
Yeah. That's your left hand, right, Phil?
That's his.
This is your left hand that you have holding up like this?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yep, and just, I'm gonna get a little lower here. Just make sure it's sort of on a nice 90 from your chest. Perfect, that looks great. Also, what we can do is, because posture is really important, do your best to just kind of take a moment and roll the shoulders just a second, because you want to try to find a nice natural spot. You don't want to put so much weight forward doing this. You'll be hurting by the end of it. Really do your best to think about where your posture is, where your balance is in your chest and shoulders, and allow the shoulder to roll back just a little bit. It's going to put the weight of your arms hanging up in a better spot, and it won't hurt as much. Okay? Make sense? Everyone at home good?
Yeah, they look good.
Yep. Okay, so this is your dance position. Now, we're going to do this slowly because now you're getting closer. This is where it counts. Make sure, go ahead and hang on over there. Make sure you are offset. You're not staring lovingly into each other's eyes, but rather past and checking out that other person in the corner. I'm a ham. All right. If we're all set, we're going to begin again. Slow, slow, quick, quick. Gentlemen, starting with your left, ladies with your right. Here we go. And slow, slow, quick, quick, 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 slow, slow, quick, and stop, spin around, and we'll keep on doing this.
Is this kind of on the right hand in the right spot?
Yeah, perfect, yeah, okay. Yep, and there, you can go a tiny bit higher.
Is his hand up around his shoulder area?
No, he's perfect, actually.
Is that where?
That's where you want it, yep, you want it to feel nice and natural.
So it makes you tall.
Yeah, and if we're doing competition, then it's really like wide and, you know, sort of.
Very tall.
Yeah, it's peacock-like, you know, it's, but we're social dancing. We're not trying to go compete anytime soon, so just find a nice, comfortable spot.
And should our hands be roughly in the middle of the airspace?
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
toward her or me, just roughly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Okay, just make sure that, I think really the most important thing to focus on right now is that you're offset so we don't step on toes. Is everyone ready?
Yeah.
We're gonna do this again a couple more times and then we're gonna apply it to music. Ready? And slow, slow, quick, quick, 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 slow, slow, quick, quick. Perfect. Let's do it one more time, and then I think maybe we're all ready for music. Do you folks, there's been some questions over here. Do you folks have any questions before we do this one more time? Great. Okay, thank you. Okay, here we go. Make sure you have your partner. Ready? And slow, slow, quick, quick, 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 slow, Yes, you're doing wonderful. Yeah. You know, over time, before we actually get Foxtrot, it's definitely.
Well, I know he's taking long steps, so I'm taking big steps.
You can right out of the line. Perfect. Okay, would everyone like to try this with some music? We're just gonna have to walk, crash into the wall, spin around, and do it again. I do have another step for you to teach so that we don't have to keep crashing into the wall. But I want you just to feel with the music first, and then we'll go from there. Is that okay? All right, great.
Do you want me to count for it? Or, okay.
There was one that was a little bit slower to start off.
Fly me to the moon and let me
Yeah,
dance.
there's a slightly slower one, but okay. So yeah.
Hold on, I can't remember what it was. What is this? Slow. Quick, slow. Slow. Quick.
I remember the
Slow, hold on,
days
I can't
of
count this.
just keeping time.
Can you guys hear the music? Can you hear me? So I'm gonna count us in.
Back roads,
Quick.
empty for
Slow,
miles.
slow. 7. Here we go. It goes slow,
Have a drink.
slow, quick, quick, slow, 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 slow, quick, slow, good Julie, slow, quick, quick,
Great.
slow.
Go ahead and spin around.
That was pretty good.
Keep going.
Yeah, sorry.
We'll get a hip, double chip, tip, copy to see.
I was 6, 7, go. Slow,
So
slow,
you can
quick,
have
quick, slow,
slow.
quick, quick,
So green lights and all right.
quick,
Let's go to
Slow, quick, quick, slow,
with the wind.
slow, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. I wait for Phil and Catherine to swing back through. They took off camera and I want to make sure you guys are doing well. Keep going off to the corner. I don't know what's going on. Can you do it for me one time, real quick? Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow.
Now my heart is music.
Nice, yeah, very good, very good.
A simple song. Sing it again, the notes never end. This is where I belong. Just the sound of your voice, the light in your eyes. We're so far away from yesterday together. With the like a wind.
That's perfect. It is, it sounds like everyone can hear rhythm and music, and that
Yeah,
is
that's
a
nice.
really nice thing. Because we have to take a little more time to try to practice that. So that means we are in great shape for this
Good
next
job, Berties.
Yeah.
That's what I'm calling you guys.
Berties?
Berties. Berties and Ips, in person and virtual.
It feels good to take nice long steps.
Yes.
We don't do that in everyday life.
Exactly.
Especially now, right?
It's another form of exercise.
And see, this is why I chose this first dance, Foxtrot, to be the first dance in this whole series. Because I wanted you to move around and really get the experience of ballroom. Now, one of the things with ballroom dancing, the smooth dancing, the stuff that travels, the foxtrot, the waltz, the tango, there's something called line of dance. Line of dance is the way, it's the highway, right? It's 495. It's the direction you drive around on the dance floor. It's counterclockwise. You want to make sure you always follow that, otherwise you're going to get ran over. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start talking about trying to travel in a counterclockwise fashion. And when you crash into a wall, I have a step to get you out of trouble that I call trouble step. It's going to require talking a little bit more about our frame. This is our dance frame, right? We're going to have to talk a little bit more about this because this is going to be the first time that gentlemen are going to have to actually learn more about leading. So it's going to take a little bit of time to talk through it, bear with me, but we're going to talk that, and we want to make sure we're following this line of dance, this counterclockwise fashion. Everyone good? Makes sense? Okay. So in terms of the actual step to this next thing we're going to do, this trouble step, you're not switching up the pattern, so to speak. You're still going slow, slow, quick, quick, and you're still walking, walking side together. It's going to look a little bit different than just walking, walking side together. I'm going to show you, I'll do it sideways so you can see me. Stay right where you are and just watch. If I'm traveling and I'm doing a basic step, walk, walk, side together, and suddenly there's someone in front of me and I need to get out of trouble, walk, rock, side together. And now we have a new direction, okay? Let's have the gentlemen line up again, the ladies line up.
Do you want this to turn a quarter turn or just an eighth of a turn?
Quarter turn.
Okay.
I love the way you walk around.
Great question.
Yes, quarter turn. I'm going to show the guys step separate from the ladies again, so I'm going to have everyone line up. We'll do this a bunch of times, then we'll talk about the leading and following and get everyone back together, and then with time, we should be able to go all the way around in a big circle, and whenever you crash into a wall or someone, you can use the step and keep going. No longer will you have to stop, spin around, and keep and continue with the music. So, gentlemen on my side over here, ladies with Allie over there. Ladies, you're gonna again do the natural opposite. Feel free to follow along. Allie will be doing it. I will double check and show you your part in just a second. But gentlemen, this is gonna be again starting with your left foot like anything we do going forward. So you're gonna we're gonna go right into it. We're not gonna do any fancy first pattern there. We're just gonna go take one step forward and return. I sometimes call this a rocking step. And then you're gonna step towards the mirror, side, and close. And just remember, whenever you step close, you are switching your weight when you do that. I'm sorry, I got a little soft. Can everyone hear me still? Okay, great. So let's do that again. Gentlemen, face the ladies. It's a rocking step, so it's a rock, step, side, close.
Ladies should be facing the back right now.
Perfect. And since if you do these 4 times in a row, you're going to be facing back where we started, let's just do that. So walking towards the mirror, walk, return, side, close, towards the wall, return, side, close, towards the windows, rock, return, and now we should back to our ladies. Hello.
Hi.
That looks pretty good.
Is the side step as big as the other side? I think it's not, but I'm not sure. I think
You know,
not.
this is a really good question. You asked really nice questions here. So we will talk a little bit more about this in a second, but I can get ahead of myself a tiny bit because you asked it. The gentleman, when you do the side close, Allie, when we do this, Allie has more distance to travel, right? She's on the outside of the circle. So when we do this, you do want to make sure that the gentleman's feet going side together is going to be smaller than the ladies. She has to get around a little further. So she's going to naturally want to take a larger step to get around on the outside circle. Great question. All right, and so for the ladies, I think you were all doing it, but let's go ahead and do it. Actually, Ali, why don't you step forward, make sure they can all see you. I'll keep up with you, gentlemen. We're gonna do it 4 times in a row and spin all the way back around again one more time. Ready, everyone? Ladies, starting with your right foot, you're gonna step back, return, and a little bit of a larger side together.
Right foot back, ladies.
Rock, step,
Right
side,
together.
together.
Good.
Rock, step, side, together. Rock, step, side, and together. Great.
They're pretty
I
good.
think everyone's good. So go ahead and grab your partner. Yep. Now, we're going to talk about the leading and following. This step does require a really nice connection. So now we really want to make sure that we don't get too terribly lazy. You want to get comfortable, but we don't want to be lazy with this frame. This is in ballroom, we have nonverbal communication throughout the whole thing. You want to be able to talk and enjoy yourself. All the other signals are coming through in this frame, so this is really important. In this particular step, this is the first time, luckily there's not a lot to worry about in terms of communicating. All you need to do, she naturally thinks she's going back. She's been going back to the basic step constantly. So she's gonna naturally want to take a back step. As she does that, you just want to let her know, nope, you're actually coming with me, and she'll know. Okay, so in order for this to work well, you want to make sure there's this sort of like, there's this kind of gimmicky thing like, come here, get closer. And she's like, no. And in the frame, you should have this feeling of, I'm trying to hold her in a little bit closer. And she's like, you had garlic tonight, didn't you? Okay? And that's going to create a little bit of pressure between the two of you in that frame that will keep a nice, strong connection. So if you can kind of, I know it's hokey and silly, but if you can remember that, you really do want to have a nice, strong connection where she feels like she can't leave your arms. Then there won't be any confusion when you go, oh, come back, we're in trouble, and come over here with me. Does that make sense?
But it could be that you're gonna run into another couple.
Well, that's why we're doing
This
that
is
step
exactly
too.
why the
That's
step
what
is
that
here.
step is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and see, we don't know, the ladies don't know that's back there.
And that's why, so as a lady, you have to try not to back lead, as we call it, expect something. You need to trust that he's going to go, we have room for one step, and then you're coming with me over here.
Yeah, guys, you have a lot of responsibility.
That's right.
Because I just kind of dance around until he tells me what to do.
That's it.
With his knee.
This
Yeah.
is maybe getting ahead of ourselves, but if there's trouble here,
You should be able to cruise past it.
Okay.
If there's trouble here, and there's still plenty of room to walk, just make that side step even smaller. And what you can do is, there again, there's, if you know, oh my gosh, there's someone right there, you can kind of, again, holding her in, you can keep her from taking too large of a side step, and then you can get past someone who's right here. But in general, you won't have that problem too much. You're more likely going to run into the corner of the room, or someone who's directly behind you.
if we don't turn like this, men turn. Turn left.
This particular step, we're going to turn that way. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so let's try it now. We're going to again do it 4 times in a row with a dance partner. Make sure you're offset so we don't have any stepping on toes. Make sure you're holding her just a little bit tighter than the last time. And we're gonna go right into it. Here we go. Ready? Slow, slow, quick, quick. And slow, slow, quick, quick.
Another rock step.
Rock, step, side, together. Rock, step, side, together. Rock, step, side, together. Let's keep doing that a few times. Again, this is all about muscle memory. The more you do it, the more you weed out all the confusion.
When you step forward, leave it.
Go ahead. Ready? And rock, step, side, together. Rock, step, side, together. Rock, step, side, together. Rock, step, side, together. Gentlemen, don't forget to take a slightly smaller side step. Side, together. Rock, step, side, together. Rock, step, side, together. Rock, step, side, together. That's right. And if it isn't a perfect quarter turn each time, that's okay. You're just getting out of the way. Exactly. Exactly. Rock, step, side, together. Just a couple more turns. Step, side, together. One more. Rock, step, side, and down. Very good, very good. You'll have plenty more time to practice this, but let's get comfortable switching it up. In order to do that, you need to do a few basic steps so that you are kind of in the mindset of, okay, this is where foxtrotting, right? And then we need to add this in here just so you go, oh, and experience that the first time. So what we're gonna do is just build you a quick pattern so you can practice it, and then once we do that, you should be able to go off on your own with some music. So I'm gonna build a pattern. We're just gonna do 2 basic steps first, and then this treble step. That way you can feel what it feels like traveling, and then suddenly pulling her away and do that again. Then we can do 2 more. Travel, 1, 2, and then do this again. Does that make sense? Okay. Let's see. Yeah, we'll probably be able to finagle this way. How about you folks step just a tiny bit this way? You should be good, and yeah, maybe over here. Offset, perfect. So the pattern is 2 basic steps, and then this treble step. 2 more basic steps, and then the treble step. The goal is to try to get you doing this as fluidly as possible, so when we put on the music, you feel confident that you can do it with the music. Make sense? All right, here we go. 2 basics. Everyone's ready? All right, here we go. Ready, and walk, walk. Side together, walk, walk. Here it comes. Rock, step, side together. Now right back to your basic. Walk, walk. Side together, walk, walk. Side together, rock, step. Side together, sorry. Walk, walk. Side together. Second one. Here it comes. Side together. Rock, step. Side, back to your basic. Walk, walk. Side together. Walk, walk. Side together. Rock, step. Side together. Walk, walk. Side together. Walk, walk. Side together. Rock, step. Side together. Walk, walk. Side together. Walk, walk. Side, you wanted to do it. That's all. You were ready to do it sooner than I was telling you. Not a problem. Not a problem. And what we can do is I can hang out with you while we dance to the music, and I can make sure you're comfortable with it. And I can go around each other.
So it's your hand, the lead hand back in the back. It's not supposed to cup your fingers and push harder with fingers. I think it's the whole hand.
It's a little
the
bit more.
hand.
Try to bring the
It's
whole.
not the fingers stabbing into my back.
If you want to try to
So
bring.
it's trying to use the whole hand.
Imagine you just have a spring right here. So that she's always kind of gripping against that spring. And then as you do that, just tighten that spring up and bring her with you. You actually really, honestly, you want her to come with you. If you were right where you are, just sway and move her around, but let him move you. You're back to me. This is the sense of how we lead. You can make her move and do a sway with you and pause her and sway some more. That's the connection you want throughout this whole thing. I'm so sorry I was off camera. I don't know if you're able to hear that, but we're talking about more about the connection in our frame. And the question was, when we're doing this treble step, make sure that you're not digging your fingers in to tell her to come with you, but that you have an imaginary spring in your arm that is always keeping her locked in. There's some resistance, but it's a tight spring. And if you were to grab her in this dance position and just right now sway with her a little bit, but make her sway for you, and then stop and then try to make her sway again, that's the kind of feeling that you'd always have with the frame. That's the deep connection that you need to always convey the information you have. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay, great. Okay, let's try this again one more time without music. I'm going to do the 2 treble steps. Close to that, close to that. I'm going to do the same pattern just for the sake of doing the pattern so you get used to it. But once we're done with this one more time pattern, I'll put music on, and then Alan and I will walk around each person and just make sure to check in. But you don't have to make this pattern. When we get going with the music, you should be able to do a full line of basics all the way down to the wall. And then you have to leave it up to the gentleman to then get her out of trouble. And now you're traveling this way. Remember, we're always going to travel
You
counterclockwise.
want us to go in a circle?
Circle
We
counterclockwise.
need to get over here.
But for right now, I'm not going to do it with the music. I'm going to just do the same pattern just to make sure we're really comfortable with this step before I set you loose. So we don't need to worry about the circle just yet.
Oh.
But you folks are doing really well over here, so if I can have you over here again, that would be great. That way, yep, exactly. There was just enough distance, right, perfect there, and then right there. That gives you enough distance so you don't crash. So again, we're gonna just do the same pattern just to make sure it's really ingrained. Then I'll set you free with music and I'll come around. Good? Okay. 2 basics and then the treble step. Ready? And walk, walk, side together. Walk, walk. Here it comes. Rock, step, back to our basic. Walk, walk, side together. Last one. Walk. Here it is. Rock, step, back to our basic. Walk, walk, side together. Walk. Get ready. Side together. Treble, step, side together. Basic, step, side together. Basic, step. Here it comes. Treble, step, side together. Walk, walk. You guys running into each other? Side together. Walk, step, sorry. Side together. Walk, walk, side together. Walk, walk, side together. Okay.
I've never been a man. She was like, you have to do it harder. I was like,
You gotta do it like you mean it.
I've never done before.
All right. So Allie's gonna put on some music for us. I'm gonna dance around. Do you have any questions before I put the music on? No questions?
An observation.
Yeah.
Sometimes she needs that firm.
Yeah. There was a mention of that earlier over here.
She needs that term. She needs to be told.
I like that. Good. You know, and she's got to learn to follow. That's the way it is. This is the one chance that guys have a chance to lead. Let him lead. All right, thank you. Okay, so now with the music, we want to make sure we're traveling. So what we're going to need to do is have people starting going this way so that they can walk around the edges going this way. All right? So you folks are going to want to either start here and walk this way. Actually, why don't you go ahead and line yourselves up here. You can start in that corner there and work your way towards this corner. And as you get to this corner, you're going to follow along, right? It's 495 around that way this way. And then you guys can go wherever you want to
I'll
go.
be with you, and then you can go, and then I'll stop, and then I'll check on you. I'll take
Okay,
it.
all you're trying to achieve is going on the outside of the room, the edge of the room, counterclockwise.
Gotcha.
And you are free to do basics as long as you don't crash. If you're about to crash, then you got to use their treble step. This is the time for you to practice learning how to lead and for her to giving up that back leading and actually listening to your very gentle but firm movements. Okay.
Do you want to do the same pattern, or do you want him to
You are
do
free.
what he wants?
Yep, you're free to let him go.
Okay.
Yep, you're being set free. So he's only going to do a treble step when he needs to so that he can continue around the line of dance. Okay? And I'm going to hit it with you guys. I'm going to get everyone started first. I'll come over and make sure you guys are doing, you folks are doing well. Okay, great. All right, to the music. Go ahead and start us off, please.
Because you know I'm all about that bass, drop the bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, drop that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, drop that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, drop that bass. Yeah, it's pretty clear, I ain't no size 2, but I can shake it like I'm supposed to do.
Very, very
I
nice.
got that boom boom that all the boys chase.
Excellent.
All the right jump in all the right place. I see the magazine, looking at Photoshop. You know that's something. Come on now, make it stop. You got beauty, just raise them up. Here's my mama, she told me don't worry about your size. about that bass, rock that bass, no trouble.
Remember, you
I'm
want
all
to have
about
fun.
that
The
bass,
ultimate
rock
goal
that
is to
bass,
have fun.
no trouble.
And as long as you can understand your signal, then we're okay.
From the bottom to the top. Yes, my mama, she told me don't worry about your size. Because boys like a little more booty to hold at night. You know I won't be no stick figure, silicone Barbie doll. So if that's what you're into, just go ahead and move it along.
Okay, hold on, let's change this song.
Now it's a two-step.
Okay.
You want to do it one more time? Let's find it a little more. So you guys keep running off in the corner. You like nookie in the corner, or what's happening there?
They're getting excited.
How do you feel? Does it feel comfortable? Wait, hold on, pause it. I couldn't hear you. Say it again. Yeah.
Julie was there a little bit of a trial. All her husband's been
Well, so you're gonna get a couple of bruises, but one of the two you're gonna learn eventually not to run into walls. You know what? Just pad the wall. That'll be fine. Okay, great. Let me know if you have any questions. We're gonna do this again. Just keep dancing around and practicing. A little less walls.
got a camera and it might be.
This is
Yeah. What about this? Just like, we use this one. Slow.
I remember the days of just time.
Good.